What's up, soccer fans? Mike Guglielmi, Sons of a Pitch, Soccer Central. Week 13, MLS Betting Picks and Predictions, right after the intro. What's up, everybody? Hope you guys had a good weekend. Last weekend, I did not. The picks were not coming through last week. Hey, you know what? 2 good weeks in a row. We were due a bad week, but we'll bounce back this week because there's a lot of really nice matchups out there, which the odds aren't out yet for because of MLS has Open Cup and Canadian Championship games in the midweek, so the odds are going to be fluctuating like crazy. There's some initial odds out there, but those will change after the midweek games, I'm sure. All right, so let's get right into the picks here. Make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Let's get right into it. LAFC hosting San Jose. LAFC with a nice road victory last week at Columbus. Now they host San Jose at the Bank. San Jose's been playing some pretty good soccer as well, but I don't think it's enough to take on LAFC at the Bank. LAFC is, in my opinion, the best team in MLS at the moment. I got to go with them as my pick. I'm taking the favorites there, LAFC. Next up, an Eastern Conference matchup between Atlanta United and Columbus Crew. Atlanta United at home at the Benz. Columbus coming off that loss to LAFC. Atlanta still dealing with a ton of injuries, but Columbus, they just can't seem to get out of that hole. A lot of the fans, I know Connor's been talking about it, a lot of the Columbus fans are up in arms. They want Porter out. I think that's a bit dramatic right now, but, for me, in this game, I got to go with Atlanta at home. If this game was in Columbus, I might look at the draw or possibly a Columbus win, but because it's in Atlanta, I'm going with the 5 stripes to get the W in this matchup. Next up, we've got Red Bull of New York against DC United. DC with a draw against TFC last week, a surprising draw, especially TFC clawing back twice. Red Bulls, again, not playing good soccer right now. So this is kind of 2 teams that aren't really firing on all cylinders. DC has looked better since they moved on from Hernan Losada and brought in Taxi Funtas, but I'm going with the draw in this matchup. At Red Bull Arena, I don't think the Red Bulls get their first win of the season at home. I'm saying the draw against DC United. Next up, Toronto FC, who played DC last week, hosting the Chicago Fire, who are in a complete tailspin right now. Toronto FC, a mess, but it's part of the plan. Everybody knew it was going to be pretty much a mess in the beginning of the season. They're just trying to stay afloat until Insigne comes in July and some other signings, some other rumors with TFC as well coming in, some wingbacks. They've got to address that back line. It is a mess. Salcedo cannot do it by himself. No Mavinga. The list goes on and on. But Toronto FC against Chicago Fire. This one, I've got Toronto pulling off the win here at home at BMO against the Fire. I'm just not seeing enough from Chicago right now. I have a hard time picking Toronto. I could see the draw here, but I'm going to go with TFC, my boys, to get the victory over the Chicago Fire. All right, Montreal against Cincinnati. Montreal rolling through the Eastern Conference, tearing it up until last week when they lost in a shock loss at home to RSL. Now they play Cincinnati, who's coming off a tough loss against the New England Revs at home. Cincinnati's been kind of up and down. They're better than they were the previous few years when they were just guaranteed wooden spoon winners. They're not that anymore, but I don't think they can beat Montreal right now. I think Montreal bounces back from that tough loss, even though they have a tough matchup against Forge in the Canadian Championship for Montreal there. But I think Montreal gets it done at home over Cincinnati. Book Montreal for 3 points. All right, New England and Philadelphia. This one, New England, you just don't know what you're going to get from them. I mean, you look at New England. I watched that game against Cincinnati the other night, and they played like the strikers were linking up well with Carles Hill. I mean, it was a beautiful thing to watch. And then you see the team just look like garbage. So they're a very tough team to pick. Philadelphia, on the other hand, they are just staying at the top of the Eastern Conference. Surprisingly, in my opinion, I don't think they're that great of a team. But my God, they just keep getting results. They go on the road to Portland, who's struggling right now, but still, a road victory at Portland is a good sign for any team, no matter how bad Portland's doing. I got to go with Philly on the road to do it again. Philadelphia Union, the Revs play in the Open Cup in the midweek. I believe Philly does not. So I think that's going to give Philly the edge on the road, and they're going to get the job done against the Revs. All right, so now I got to take a short break here. We have an announcement to make here with SOP. So moving forward, I will not be doing any picks and predictions videos or any lives for the foreseeable future. I need a break, guys. I got to take a break. I can't handle SOP right now. On top of Toronto Sports Insider, on top of the regular 9 to 5, on top of the part-time job, on top of driving kids around, taxiing like crazy. So we're going to be taking a short little break here. However, I will still be doing my picks because I love to bet. I'm a betting guy. I will still be making my picks and predictions, but I'll only be doing it for All-Star members. We currently have, I think, 12 or 13 All-Star members. So if you guys want to continue on with my picks and predictions for the short period of time, I'm thinking probably 3-4 month break through the summer while the kids are home and going crazy with all these different activities. So taking a short break here. I'm working on some big things with, like Nick alluded to in the show last night. I'm working on a big thing for betting, a big formula. It's panning out very well with basketball and baseball. However, it hasn't quite. I've just started the testing with soccer on Toronto Bet. So I'll get more into that in the future. But taking a short break on SOP here. I'm just rambling now. But I'm going to take a short break here, guys. But Nick will still be holding down the weekly recaps. We may still come out with the odd video here and there of content, whether it be FIFA or some other types of content. And who knows, maybe I'll get a wild hair and want to do a live at some point. So don't go anywhere, but we're taking a short break from SOP. That's the announcement. Hang tight, everybody. I'll still be available on the socials, Twitter, Instagram, email, all that kind of stuff. All right, let's get back to the games. Enough about me. Let's get back to the games here. Orlando and Dallas. Orlando City against a good Dallas team. Orlando with a surprising result last week against Austin with that draw down to 9 men. Dallas is looking good as well, but Orlando, Oscar Pereja going up against his former team in Orlando. I'm going with Orlando to get the victory over Dallas. Miami and Portland, two teams really struggling right now. Miami, oh, good Lord. They kind of turned it around for a minute, and then they kind of went back to the trash that they have been in the past. Portland, my God, what is going on with the Timbers right now? I'm going with the draw in this matchup between Miami and Portland. Minnesota and New York City. Minnesota, the Loons, up and down. We're heading into the summertime where teams just start going up and down. New York City, they started down, now they're up. They've got a midweek game in the Open Cup. They're traveling to Minnesota. I don't know, but I think they're going to pull it off. I've got New York City to get the victory over Minnesota in that matchup. Next up, Colorado against Nashville. Colorado and Nashville. I got to go Nashville here. I just got a feeling that Nashville's going to get it done. They're really disappointed with their draw against Atlanta United at home. I think they pull off a victory over the Rapids in Colorado. SKC, Vancouver Whitecaps. Here's two teams that are struggling. My God. SKC at home, though. Vancouver, they can't do anything. They've got a midweek game against Cavalry in the CPL. Cavalry has beaten Vancouver before in the Canadian Championship, so they can't take that game lightly. I'm thinking, I'm really thinking that we might see a victory here for SKC. It's hard to take them right now with how they've been playing, but I got to go with SKC for sure. All right, RSL and Houston. Houston, rocking and rolling, man. They are playing some good soccer right now. RSL, on the other hand, just pulled off a big upset on the road at Montreal. So where do you go in this matchup? Well, you know what? The game is at RSL, but I'm going with the draw. My pick, the draw in the matchup between RSL and Houston. Next up, the two Sunday games, LA Galaxy against Austin FC. LA Galaxy, again, another team you just don't know what you're getting from that team. Austin, a draw at home against Orlando. They were at 9 men. Austin's been playing well lately. I'm going Austin on the road. They bounce back. They get the victory over the Galaxy. Seattle and Charlotte. Seattle. Come on. They're going to beat Charlotte. It's in Seattle. If it was in Charlotte, I might think about possibly looking at Charlotte, but no. It's in Seattle. Charlotte is not getting 3 points at Seattle right now. I'm going with the Sounders as my pick. So those are my picks. I'm going to put up the spreadsheet now. Again, a little bit of a break here for me from SOP, but Nick's going to be holding down those weekly recaps. And All-Star, join as an All-Star. You'll still get my picks and whatnot moving forward while we've got this little break going on for the next little bit. All right, guys, thanks so much. We'll talk to you guys real soon. And as far as that drawing, don't worry, guys. I'll be back to do the drawing for the Super Chat raffle. I will not let that go, even if I got to do one more live. If I decide this is it and I got to do one more live, that's how we'll do it. But I don't foresee that happening. We'll get it done at the end of the season. At some point, we'll get this thing done. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Smash that like button, and we'll talk to you guys fairly soon. Have a good one.